Hello everyone. I hope you all are well, fit and fine and totally engaged in your studies. My dear students, in this video we are going to start a new topic and that is tense. Okay. So first of all my dear students, tense is the most important topic in English language. Okay. Tense is the most important topic in English language. Okay. So I hope you understand the gravity of this chapter tense. It is the backbone of English language. Okay, so tense is very important. You have to focus till whole the class. Okay, so my dear students, let's start. So in tense is very deep. Tense is very deep. So you at this level you need not learn the deepest tense. Okay, means at this level, at academic level, I will teach you those things that are necessary to know at this level. Okay, so let's start. So first tense, we are going to start. We know that time. One short thing I will tell you, listen carefully. Time. Okay, so time is, we divide in time three times. We divide time into three categories. That is present. This is present. Okay, it is past and it is future. Simple. We divide time into three categories. Okay, and and action. What is action? You did not know. Only understand there are four types of action. There are, time is three types: past, present and future, and action are four types. First one is indefinite action. Second one is continuous action. Okay, third one is perfect action. And last one is a perfect continuous action. That is perfect continuous action. Okay, so time done, action done. And now my dear friends, there is important thing that you have to know. Tense is equal to time plus action. Okay, mean tense simply what tells. So tense tells the time in which action is performed. Simple. So you, one formula you have to remember: tense is equal to time plus action. That's it. Simply only this formula. So when you, let's suppose, when time is present and action is indefinite, so it will be present indefinite tense. Simple. It will be present indefinite tense. Let's suppose time is past and action is continuous, so it will be past continuous tense. I hope you understood. Okay, so like this there are 12 tenses. Okay, when you time 3 and action 4, when you multiply 12, so 12 tenses comes out 12. So one by one we will going to start. So first tense we are going to learn, and that is present indefinite tense. And sometimes it is also called simple present tense. Okay, sometimes it is also called simple present tense. Sometimes it is also called what? It is also called simple present tense. Okay. So present indefinite tense or simple present tense we are going to start. Okay, my dear students. Okay. So present indefinite tense or simple present tense we are going to start. So in this We are going to start sentence wise. So first it is important to know its formation, because formation is very important. Its formation, or you can say structure. Okay, its formation and structure is very important. So firstly we are going to learn the structure of positive sentence. Structure of positive sentence. Okay, what is the structure of positive sentence? Okay, be use subject plus be use the first form of verb, or first form of verb plus yes or yes. Okay, an object may or may not be there. Means subject plus the first form of verb, or first form of verb plus yes or yes. Okay, this is the structure of positive sentence. Negative sentence, what is negative sentence? So the structure of negative sentence is subject plus do or does, okay, plus not, and plus the first form of verb. We use, okay, in negative sentence we use only first form of verb. Okay, now comes to interrogative sentence. Okay, interrogative sentence. Now comes to interrogative sentence. What is the structure of interrogative sentence? So my dear friends, we know uh, interrogative sentence are of two types, like positive sentence and negative sentence. They are the types of assertive sentence. So interrogative sentence are of two types. Means there are two types of question is asked in interrogative sentence. First one is yes no type questions. Yes no type questions, we know. Yes no type questions means questions that can be replied by yes or no, by saying yes or no. Yes no type questions, and they starts with helping verb. So do or does is the helping verb. Do or does is the helping verb, plus we use subject, and plus we use the first form of verb, and other words may or may not be there, and the question mark. Okay, this is yes no type question. And whenever you want not in interrogative sentences, whenever you in interrogative sentences whenever you need not, we apply not after the subject. Always remember this thing. Always remember this thing, that whenever you need not in the interrogative sentence, we apply not after the subject. So it is yes no type question. Understood? Next one is, that is WH type questions. What is WH type questions? So WH type questions is are that are asked by using some question words. They are called WH type questions. You cannot answer these questions by saying yes or no. You have to explain something. Okay, they are used by asking some question words. Like, so what is the structure? So firstly you will find a question word. Firstly you will find a question word. Then you will find do or does, because it is present in definite tense. Do or does plus subject and plus the first form of verb you will get. Okay, this is the dot dot. Dot dot means here object, and other words may or may not be there. Okay, and same thing if you want not. So where you apply? You apply not after subject. We apply not after subject in interrogative sentence. So question word plus do or does plus subject plus not, and plus the first form of verb. Simple. Okay, so these are the structures of into present indefinite tense. And now my dear friends, one more thing that you have to notice, that subject. When subject is singular, when subject is singular, very simple thing. Singular means something that represents one thing, one person, one animal, etc. Something that is one, that is singular. So with singular subject, like he, she, it. Okay, any name means any singular subject. I'm talking about any singular subject. With any singular subject, we use first form of verb plus yes or es. Okay, and plural for plural, first form of verb plus yes or es, it is the it is used in positive sentence, and in negative or interrogative sentence be use does. Be use does. Remember this thing. And for plural subject be use only first form of verb and do. Like it is negative sentence, so you have to use do na. You have to use do. So with singular subject be use first form of plus yes or yes or does, and with plural subject be use first form of verb and do. Remember one thing. So I'm going to revise one time it, so that you remember all those things. So positive sentence is that subject plus first form of verb plus first form of plus yes or yes. Negative sentence subject plus do or does plus not plus first form of verb. Okay, in negative sentence if subject is singular so be used does, and if subject is plural be used do not plus only the first form of verb. Interrogative sentence yes no type questions do or does plus subject plus first form of verb. And if you want not, then you have to apply not after subject in interrogative sentence, whether it is yes no type questions or WH type questions. Okay, so do does plus subject plus not plus first form of verb. WH type question, it will start with question word, so question word plus do or does plus subject plus first form of verb, or question word plus do or does plus subject plus not plus first form of verb. Simple. Okay, understood this na? And when subject is singular be use first form of a plus yes or yes or does, and when subject is plural be use first form of a or do. Simple. Okay, and my dear friends, so understood na? Now I will tell you where it is used. Where it is used. Uses, I'm going to tell its uses. Okay, where it is used. So my dear friends, I have already said there are many uses. There are many uses, but at this level, at academic level, at class 6 to 12th level, I will tell you only that uses that are necessary to know you. So I will tell you only one or two use to you that is important to know you. Okay, there are many uses because English language is very deep it is. Okay, and it is taught at different levels. So at this level the things, the uses that are necessary, that I will give you, I will provide you. Okay, so first use that I'm going to tell you is that it is used for showing. It is used for showing it is used for showing a regular action. It is used for showing regular action, irregular action. Okay, habitual action, and universal facts, Simple. It is used for showing regular action, means something that happens daily, regularly, every day. So that we use present indefinite tense. For irregular action, means something that happen at a irregularity. Like I play cricket on every Sunday, so I am not playing every day, but at a specific interval time, like every Sunday I am playing, so it is irregular action. Habitual action means habit, something that we do daily, that is our habit. So like I go to the gym daily, so it is my habitual action. And universal fact means something that is true for always, that is universal fact na. So for universal fact we use present indefinite tense, and in universal fact some mathematical facts will come, some scientific facts will come. Like when you will boil the water at 100 degrees Celsius, when you heat the water at 100 degrees Celsius, it starts boiling. When you cool down the water at 0 degrees Celsius, it freezes. So it is a fact, it can never change. Like the sun rises in the east, so it is fact, it can be never false, it is always true. So for these things we will use what present indefinite. And sub example I will take. Okay, some example I will take, my dear students, listen. So regular action like like he, yeah, I'm going to write he plays cricket. He plays cricket every day. Means this action is done every day. That's why we use present indefinite tense. He plays cricket every day. Okay, understood? Next example I'm going to take. So it is I'm going to take some irregular action like I play football. I play football every Sunday. Every Sunday. So this is an irregular action, every Sunday. Okay, understood? He plays cricket every day. I play football every Sunday. Okay. We take tea. We take tea in the morning. It is habitual action. We take tea. We take tea in the morning. It is which action? Habitual action. We take tea in the morning. Understood? We take tea in the morning. Okay, understood now? She do not talk to me. She do not talk to me. So firstly tell me this sentence is correct or not, structure wise. So you will say that no sir, this sentence is wrong because she is similar and with she use does na. So she does not talk to me. She does not talk to me. Like here we takes tea in the morning. So here takes is wrong because we is plural subject na. So it will take first form of verb. That's why. Okay, understood na? That's she does not talk to me. Some example of interrogative sentence. Do you know me? Do you know me? It is just no type questions. Do you know me? If you want to apply not, use not before subject like did does she not know you? Does she not know you? Simple. Now some WH type questions. Why does he come here? Why does he come here? Why does he come here? Simple. And some interrogative sentence. When you apply not, when you're going to apply not apply not after subject. So why do you not come on time? Why do you not come on time? So my dear friends, this is the examples. Why do you not come on time? So there are many uses. Like this tense is also used for showing future action. This tense also used for commentary, for showing live action. This tense is also used for the headlines of newspapers. This action is used for giving instructions, for giving directions. There are many uses. I have said na, it is also used for showing habitual action. So there are many actions, but at this level it is enough for you. Okay, it is enough for you. So my dear friends, I hope you understood this lecture, structure, formula, examples, everything we have understood. So if you like this video, if you understood something, you got an important lesson from this chapter, so like, share and subscribe the channel. We will meet in the next video. Till then, keep engaged in your study. Thank you very much.